Hey everybody, it's Jessica, the Dollhouse Curator, and welcome back to the Curated Dollhouse. I am really excited about today's video. I was hoping that today's video was going to be a reveal of the entire doll space. However, something happened and I tweaked my back last week, so that slowed our progress down a little bit. So after I got the lighting done on my shelves, then I went ahead and took a couple of days so I could get myself in better shape. But today's project is going to be really fun. I have this beautiful window in my doll room, and I have this space at the top that we need to do something with. So in all of the other videos and pictures that you all have seen of this window, we have had some soundproofing little squares stuck up there. It's something my oldest son did to keep the light out. But I want to do something really special for this. So we will be working today to make a curated dollhouse sign for my doll room. I will be using these letters that I got at Hobby Lobby. So the first set of letters I got a couple of weeks ago, and they cost me $2.50 per letter. And I initially was only going to put curated up, but then I was talking to hubby and we decided that curated dollhouse worked better. So I went back to Hobby Lobby and I got more of the letters to spell out dollhouse. And I got smaller letters. These are $1.59 a piece. And I had to get smaller letters because they did not have an H in the size that I was wanting to get. But I think this will work out really well. I also picked up a couple of things from Target this morning. I got both of these ladies on clearance. They were $6 or $5.99 each. And then I also picked up the Horse Race Brooklyn doll. I have wanted this doll for a while. I just did not want to pay the amount that they were asking for her, but I got her for $7.41 today. So I left Target getting 3 dolls this morning for $20.99. I was really excited. The only sucky part, my son and his best friend are in here playing. But the only sucky part is that I could not get the blonde Millie. I'm not big into a side-eye doll. You all know that. But for the price, I thought it was well worth to get the doll, and at least I would have the fashion. And then I would be able to switch it out for another Millie that I have in the collection so that I wouldn't have to use the side-eye doll, but they did not have any of her left to go on sale. I also got more of the Feel the Fridge series. Really excited about this one. And I got some things that I wanted that I didn't get last time. They had the Mini Brands Retro on clearance for $3.50. And I got one Mini Brands books. I got the Retro and the Mini Brand books at Walmart for $3.50 for the Retro, and I think $3 for the Mini Brand Book Series 1. So I've had a really great morning. I did not do an actual video on the unboxing of any of these. My son and his best friend were here, so we just opened those together and had a little fun. But as I said, today's video is all about creating a curated dollhouse sign for my doll space. So on top of using these beautiful letters that I got from Hobby Lobby, I am also going to be using some Krylon Fusion all-in-one spray paint. This is hammered copper. I think this color is gorgeous, and I think it is going to be great with the curtains that we added to the doll space. And we are going to be using a thick piece of cardboard to do this. And I am really excited. I think this is going to turn out really well. For now, I'm going to stop so we can get set up in the garage where we're actually going to be doing most of this craft today. And we will be back in just a second. I am here in my workspace outside, and this is my big old piece of cardboard that I am going to use to make my sign. As you see, this is a thicker piece of cardboard. I actually got this out of a TV box. I was hoping to keep this so that I could make a cardboard dollhouse later on this year. However, my sign for the doll space is just a little bit more exciting right now, so I am going to go ahead and use this for my sign. And the first thing that we had to do, because some of this project started yesterday, is we had to get a template of the window in the doll room to be able to make this work. And I have already did a little bit on this before I was like, oh yeah, I'm supposed to be recording. So what me and my son did is we taped this up to the wall. We took a dry erase marker, and then he went on the inside of our window frame, making that kind of half circle. I've tried to not get spray paint all over it. So this sign will be two-sided, but it's going to be a basic two-sided sign. This back part that is going to be painted flat black. And for the flat black, I got a Rust-Oleum paint and primer 2-in-1 flat. This is going to be flat black because this part will face outside of the window, so that way it is just pure black if you're looking at the window from the outside. And on the inside is where we're going to use our copper spray paint and put our letters up. And I have a little extra special something that we're going to be doing as well. So the other thing that I need for this is I have me a good box cutter right here, because I am going to have to cut this arch out so I can make it fit my window. I need to find me a fresh box cutter blade, which I have one around here somewhere, because I want to make sure that this cut is going to be very crisp and very clean when we go to do this. But I am really excited about this. And then we're going to put our letters on the other side with the copper. But I'm going to pause right now so I can get this cut out, and then we will go on with the next set of steps for this craft. I have my template cut out. I still have them pushed together so I can finish my spray painting and not get spray paint all over my little workstation. But I think this project is going to turn out really nice. The next thing I'm going to do is go over with another layer of spray paint to really get a good coverage on this black. And then we're going to let that dry, and we will be back to show you what it looks like once this is dry. And we're going to get started on our other side, which is going to be that copper. We've got the back of our window covering all done. I also spray painted the very bottom black, so if any of this is seen above my curtains, it will show black. And on the other side, this will actually be where we do our design for the inside. So this is where I'm going to put my letters. And I've also did just a test swatch of that hammered metal color on this cardboard to see how it would look. I think it looks really nice. So I am going to get this part spray painted, and we will be back. It took a couple of coats of the spray paint to get the color and the evenness texture that I wanted on this project, but I think in the end it turned out really nice. Once we brought it inside, we figured out how we wanted to arrange our letters, and I absolutely love how this sign looks against my curtains. I decided to add some fairy lights to this project as well, just to give the sign a little bit of interest in the space that it's going to be. And after we got it up, I think it turned out absolutely wonderful, and it's such a little nice nod to the curated dollhouse in my doll room. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe. But if you don't do any of the three, at least leave me comments and let me know what you think about my new curated dollhouse sign for my new doll room. Bye, y'all.